everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I am hoping to dye this cotton t-shirt. I want to do it in a spiral. Sometimes my spirals work out pretty well, other times they are truly terrible, but I'm hoping this will be a good one. Don't follow me for instructions on how to actually tie tie-dyes. I'm not brilliant, but hopefully I can actually dye this. There we go, so I've got my spiral-ish, and I'm just going to put some elastic bands on so that I can, mainly so that this will, these are my guide marks, actually. No. What I'm going to do, put it straight in the pot that I'm going to be dyeing in. I'm not going to be heat setting this, but this is a really good container just to put my t-shirts in, because I'm only dyeing this one t-shirt, and instead of tying it, I'm going to place these cut up elastic bands. Nope, not these ones. That's a bit better. These are just my little guide marks. There we go. So hopefully I'll be able to keep in those guide marks. I probably won't. Now I'm going to work out my dyes. The dyes I'm using today are New Emerald Green and Raven Black. I've got my mask on, I've got my gloves on, and I've got my surface protected with this old towel. Get these into shot. So I'm going to put some green in there. All this equipment I'm using is dedicated for dyeing. I don't use it for food. I don't want to make too much liquid. Just enough for the one t-shirt. Have a look. Oh, that's a really nice green. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Might be a touch dark. Maybe I'll add just the tiniest bit more. I'm not going to be using all this, I know. Oh no, I quite like that. So lid's back on the New Emerald Green, and I'm going to carefully pour it into an old tie-dye bottle. I'm not going to wash this out, but I am going to use a new spoon to make the black. That is why I've got my surface protected. It's just an old towel, so I don't mind dye spilling onto this. Look at the colour. Look at the colour in there. I don't know if you can see it. The black has split into the pinks and yellows and blues it's made of. That's really pretty. I like that. But I wanted black in my project today, not the splits, which is why I'm using liquid dyes, not powder dyes. Now that all the dye is in liquid form, I've taken off my mask, and I'm going to very carefully tie-dye this. Good old-fashioned tie-dyeing, just adding the liquid. This t-shirt has been soaking in soda ash and water. I think it's been about a day now, I think. But so it doesn't need to be quite that long. You just need to make sure it's a good 30 minutes at least, I would say. Make sure they're nice and soaked. Be very, very careful, trying not to get this anywhere else. All this equipment I'm using today is dedicated for dyeing. Don't use it for food. The inspiration behind this colourway is my favourite musical, Wicked. Take those off now, I don't need them. Those are just my guidelines to make sure I didn't make any section too big. But I'm not using them to tie. I'm not actually very good at tying clothing. It just all goes in a bit of a mess. So I'm trying to make sure I get everywhere on this. Get the middle. I want the colours to go all the way through. I am happy if there's white left over. That's not going to be a problem. But I don't want there to be more white than anything else. I'm trying to make sure I can cover all the all the visible white bits anyway. This t-shirt is 100% cotton, and I have dyed it I've dyed these types of t-shirts a couple of times. They do take the dye really nicely. That's all the black. Probably don't need much more of the green. I want to make sure it's nice and saturated. There we go. That's all the dye that I've made up. Fantastic. I don't have any dye left over. Now I'm just going to put this out of the way somewhere for the next couple of days, at least 2 days, really give the dye time to bind to the fibre. So in a couple of days we'll be back to wash this. This t-shirt has been sitting out for probably about a week now. It's the summer holidays and I just haven't had a chance to dye this, wash it I mean, but this is looking pretty good. And there's a lot of colour coming out. This is just cold tap water with a bit of washing up liquid. That is absolutely to be expected with tie-dyeing. This looks fantastic. I'm really happy with this. And the water is definitely getting lighter. So I'm really happy. I'm not going to stand here all day hand washing this. I'm going to now stick this in the washing machine with some other tie-dye bits that I've done this week and some towels and things I don't mind excess dye getting on. And here is my finished Wicked t-shirt. I love this. I'm so happy with how this has turned out. I'm thinking I could have gone even heavier with the black. I could have used even more black dye to really make it black, because that's sort of, it looks more of a charcoal black to me. Either way, it works really well with the green, and I think this is possibly the best spiral I've ever done. What do you think? But I'm so happy with this. If we have a little close-up, you can see the green has broken a little bit. There is a blue halo around some of the green patches, and the whites aren't completely white. They're more a sort of dirty white cream colour. You can see some of that, the dye has spread a bit, but in general, oh, I love it. I really love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. What do you think of this t-shirt? Let me know down in the comments. Would you have chosen this specific colourway? I love it, and it just reminds me so much of Wicked. It makes me really happy. I publish a new video every Monday, usually around 6 PM UK time, and I like to do different things in my videos. I like to do experiments and different things, experiment with different fibre types, dyes, techniques. So make sure you are subscribed and got notifications turned on so you never miss any new videos. Thank you so much for watching.